Hey yo, what is going on everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we are here with another tier list. This one, we are going to be doing the top point guards in 2K21 Myteam. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below, as well as comment your favorite PG to use in the entire game right now in 2K21. You guys know I'm still riding strong with that pink diamond Steph Curry, so that's obviously going to be my favorite. And also, subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers. We're going to be doing the rest of the shooting guards tier list, so if you guys don't want to miss out on any of those, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. You won't regret it. So, starting off here, obviously we're just going to show you guys all of the guys that are down in the stinkers, down in the dumps, the absolute doo-doos of all of these cars. We have, first off, Pink Diamond Penny Hardaway, a little bit harsh, but I'm still throwing him in the D tier. Ruby LaMelo Ball, just a worse version of Penny. Diamond Damian Lilly, just a card that, you know what, animations are great, super fun, super cool, but the defense is just terrible. Can't use them. Amethyst Damian Lillard from the 2021 current collection. Again, not worth using. Just not great. And Amethyst Kyrie Irving, again, just not great. There's better versions of both of these cards, obviously, as you can see, but there's just no reason to use them. You know, Penny's just a tall guy. That's about it. And everything else just is not great. Now, starting off the C tier, we are obviously going to be having BJ Armstrong. Now, BJ Armstrong, I think, is one of those guys who is a pretty solid PG, does a lot of things pretty well, but I just don't find myself really jumping out at him. You know, the jumper is jump shot 10. It's the same one that Penny Hardaway has, and I'm personally not a massive fan of it. It's okay, but it's not great. Just really doesn't have the defense unless you invest in it. Great playmaker, pretty solid shooter. But again, that jumper's pretty bad, and the finishing is solid, but we don't really have dunking. I just don't see too many reasons to use this BJ Armstrong, but he definitely is now down in the dumps as one of those cards. Like, you could still use him and still have some fun with him. And same thing goes with the next guy up, Amethyst Skiles, another guy that I think is really, really solid and does a lot of things pretty well. But there's so many other cards that can do the same thing. That's what's tough. You know, Skiles is a great playmaker. Like, I love having a guy with Hall of Fame Dimer and Unpluckable and almost all the playmaking badges. I love a good finisher, but he can't dunk. So kind of an L, and he's still got good defense. So if you got like a guy that playmakes, finishes well, layup-wise, and then can actually kind of shoot the three ball but doesn't have the badges for it, you could use him. He basically has a Chris Paul jump shot with the Steph Curry layup package. He's good, but there's guys in the B tier that will show off pretty soon that I feel like can do everything that Skiles can. He's just better, so why would you pick up Skiles again? Next up, we do have Diamond Russell Westbrook, a card that is great, but you gotta admit, he's getting a little bit outdated. We're going to have a Galaxy Opal Westbrook soon, which isn't available in the game right now, but eventually will be. Has a slow jumper. Just not one that I love, and overall is just meh. So I don't really think I'm going to use the Westbrook too much. Bronze clamp's a little bit low. He's a great slasher. Good at mid-range, but not my favorite guy to use. Next up, we do have Pink Diamond Kemba Walker, who is an amazing offensive card, but really is struggling on the defensive end of a lot of these, I guess, matchups you've been going in, which is a little bit tough. I think Kemba is a really fun card to use. I went through recently, did all of his XP challenges. He's a really nice card, really fun. Just doesn't really have the defense unless you invest in it, and still can't dunk. The Kemba Walker jump shot's great, but yeah, there's just not too much reason to use a Kemba Walker card that just can't dunk, and you have to badge up on defense. He's great, he's fun, but I overall just want to use him. Next up is the Jamal Murray. Again, another card that I think is pretty good on the offensive end. Great slasher, really nice jump shot. You can overall shoot the ball pretty well with that, but the defense isn't there, and you can't even badge it up. Just really not worth using. Next up is Daniel Gibson, one of the previous Spotlight cards that, if I remember correctly, I wasn't able to cover in a tier list, and if I was wrong, oh well, but we're covering him again. Daniel Gibson is pretty solid. I mean, it's again another one of those guys that you kind of have because he can shoot the three ball pretty well, and you know, that's good. That's good. You know, he's got range, he's got quick first step, which is awesome, but again, the defense is pretty bad. He can dunk, which is pretty good, has the Michael Jordan jump shot, which I do like, but again, like I keep saying and reiterating with some of these other cards, there's a lot of guys that can do it better. If you have Daniel Gibson and you want to use him for some offline purposes, I think he could be great if you get that jump shot down. But overall, not too much reason to use him. Next up is Amethyst De'Aaron Fox, a card that I actually quite like and I do think is a really solid budget PG option, especially with the correct badges, but overall De'Aaron Fox definitely has some things that are a little bit lacking. He has good defense, he has great playmaking, and the main thing that you would love this De'Aaron Fox for is that 97 speed, that Hall of Fame quick first step, which is beautiful, slashing to the basket, great, and I think he does that amazing. And if you want a PG that does that, and that's your kind of motto, you know, just get to the basket, run down there, and really get all those shots in the paint, then you know what, this De'Aaron Fox probably could be up in the B tier for you. But for me, obviously, I like the shooting. I love the shooting. And it kind of hurts me a little bit for this De'Aaron Fox, but overall, he's pretty great. It's just the one thing I thought he would do well was really slash to the basket, and as you got to use him more, the lack of dunking packages and just, I guess, Hall of Fame badges in the paint made it so he didn't dunk as well. And last but not least, I threw up the Diamond Steph Curry in here because I know he's a Diamond Curry that just has a lot of silver badges and isn't the most amazing card. But out of a lot of the current 2021 PGs, I figured Curry was the best out of them because he still has the most momentum, still has the best jump shot, the Curry slide, the amazing shooting, silver range, silver quick first step, that you could still make it work with the Diamond Curry if you really, really, really wanted to. So I put him up there because Diamond Curry is not amazing, but he's definitely better than Lillard and Irving. So, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. Starting up the B tier, we do have Amethyst Chris Paul, a card that I absolutely love. He's just one of those guys who does everything, kind of at that PG position. Plays good defense, he's got gold range, he can shoot great. He just can't really dunk the most amazing. That's kind of why I held him down there, and he is 6 foot, which is pretty tough. Slightly slower release, but as far as budget PGs go, I still all day will recommend this Chris Paul because he does everything well, and he's amazing for his price point. Next up is Diamond Ty Lawson, just one of those guys, one of the short kings, you know, that just does everything well, man. Ty Lawson is amazing, amazing. Has some pretty solid dribbling animations. Jump shot forward is just one of those jumpers that's super clean, super smooth. A 95 on-ball steal tendency. Playmaking is out of this world. 97 speed. Hall of Fame quick first step. It's going to be great. Also has gold range, which is great. And he can dunk as well. Hall of Fame Giant Slayer and a 75 driving dunk with a good tendency. Pretty good for a 5'11" guy. Again, you're going to have to get used to guys being taller than you at all times and having an advantage there. But if you like to have a little bit of a disadvantage, just still have some fun, I think Ty Lawson is absolutely insane. Next up is Ruby Tony Rowan, who is a beast. Came out in the same set as this Ty Lawson. And this Ruby Tony Rowan is beautiful, man. Has the Trey Burke jump shot base, which is great. The normal leaner, the long athlete layup package. And the defense goes crazy. Also has quick first step, dimer, and downhill. Has some solid shooting badges and some beautiful finishing badges with a 90 driving dunk. Like, is beautiful. A little bit of a three-point shoe, whether that be, you know, a gold one that you throw on to do some challenges, whatever it is. A 6'6" PG with a 6'9" wingspan. All of these beautiful things just stacking in his favor, especially that Trey Burke base. You just gotta love Ruby Tony Rowan. He's like a 1K MT and just goes crazy, man. Next up is Ruby Michael Carter Williams. I will admit, was a card that I was excited for, but kind of let me down. Like, big time. Kind of let me down. But he still is a 6'6" PG with a 6'7" wingspan, some amazing gold badges, like has 39 of them on next gen, with one Hall of Fame, which is intercepted, which is great. The awesome thing about Michael Carter Williams is you do have that ability to just do everything, but he doesn't have the most amazing jump shot. Jump shot 31 is good, but to me, it's again one of those catch and shoot jump shots, which is why it feels amazing on Eddie Jones and Jason Richardson. On Michael Carter Williams, it just was a little weird, but the long athlete layup package and his slashing ability are really good, but you do have to add a posterizer and probably a rise up on him to really get the most out of him. But once you do, I think the all-around ability of this Michael Carter Williams is super solid, but I definitely wouldn't call him like a top PG by any means. Next up is Ruby Markel Fultz, who honestly, I could have thrown him in the A tier. If we're being real, I could have thrown Ruby Markel Fultz in the A tier because this Ruby Markel Fultz, probably one of my favorite PGs to run, like, in the game right now. Seriously, is that good. Ruby Markel Fultz, obviously the glitched version does help him, you know, have a little bit of momentum and really be a little bit cheesier than maybe your average one would. But with Markel Fultz, I mean, we have the Curry jump shot, which obviously that's a beautiful thing in itself. But then as an 85 driving dunk, comes with deep threes, comes with quick first step, comes with clamps, has amazing dribbling animations as well for a guy that's going to be playing your PG. Like, normal 2 for the size ups is pretty good, and the Pro 3 behind the back is gorgeous. I love the athletic leaner. I love the tendencies on offense. Overall, Markel Fultz is just gorgeous, man. Pick him up, try him out. Pretty cheap card, and he's one of those guys in limited, that is just absolutely amazing every single weekend. So if we were ranking limited cards, low-key, Fultz would be up there in S tier. Next up is Amethyst Lonzo Ball, the guy that I was talking about being similar to Scott Skiles, but just a little bit better. And that's just because Lonzo Ball, I think, plays the defense just significantly better than that of our wonderful friend Scott Skiles. And it's really just about it. Lonzo is going to be one of those guys who's going to play make great, but then he's going to come out there, play amazing defense while being 6'6", so taller than Skiles, and then also having that amazing finishing, which I just absolutely love. Now, his jump shot is still pretty good. His animations are, again, still pretty good. I love the pro and basic size up, but I feel like the reason I love this Lonzo Ball is, yes, Skiles can kind of shoot it better if you want to argue that. Although, I do think Lonzo can shoot it just as well if you get the release down. I just love the extra finishing, the extra just quickness that this Lonzo has with quick first step added onto him, and some great defense. That he's just a great card. Next up is Pink Diamond Jason Kidd, a card that's grown on me as time is going on because I had to do his XP challenges, and he was pretty solid. 12 Hall of Fame badges obviously going to be good for any card, but with the shot stick, this Jason Kidd actually has a really nice jump shot because it makes it being a little bit slower, it makes it pretty easy to actually time those and get those centers on point. And then obviously having dimer, downhill, quick first step, needle thrower all in Hall of Fame is amazing. We have difficult shots, we have deep threes, we have amazing defense like Intimidator, Clamps, and Pick Dodger all on Hall of Fame with a 98 perimeter, great dunking, 97s in the speed. Overall, this Jason Kidd is just honestly a beautiful card. But again, if you're using the button, that jump shot is slow and it definitely isn't amazing. So I had to knock him down a bit for that because it's tough. Next up is Ruby or Amethyst Jarrett Jack. Both of them I feel like kind of can belong in this spot. I don't personally feel as though the Amethyst adds a whole bunch to Jarrett Jack. Like, Jarrett Jack is what he is, an amazing card at that Ruby. But then the Amethyst does give him a few Hall of Fame badges, which is cool. But the more like going from gold to Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, gold to Hall of Fame Celebrity Finisher, like those are good upgrades, but they're just obviously not insane, like game changing for the card. He's got deep threes, one of the best, most smooth jump shots in the game. Every single playmaking badge on gold, has clamps, has difficult shots, everything that I'd want. And again, that beautiful, beautiful jump shot. It just sucks that he doesn't have the most amazing dribbling animations, but they are pretty good. And that Steph Curry jump layup package is gorgeous, man. Absolutely love it. Next up is going to be Pink Diamond Isaiah Thomas. If you're going for short kings, Isaiah Thomas is your guy. Glitched Isaiah Thomas, the best card under 6 foot in the game, period. Like, there's no arguing it. Isaiah Thomas is just insane, man, because they boosted up that defense to obviously make him great. That's kind of like the glitched version of it, and they did give him some dunking as well. But he's a 5'9" guy with Hall of Fame range, Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame dimer, clamps, Intimidator, and Pick Dodger. I mean, what more could you want? The only thing I don't love is that Jump Shot 14 isn't my favorite jumper, but great dunking, Steph Curry layup package, great tendencies, and he does have a 98 speed, which I think still is the fastest in the game right now. No cards with 99, so Isaiah Thomas, still the fastest card in the game, still plays great defense, and it's just amazing, amazing, amazing overall. You gotta love IT. Next up, we do have Amethyst Fred VanVleet, another one of the spotlight cards. A lot of PGs recently, if you think about it. Fred VanVleet is a 6'1" guy, so still the undersized PG, but has Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, has a bunch of great shooting badges, including deep three, sniper, difficult shots, circus threes, has dimer, has quick first step, has clamps, all of those wonderful things, but again, can't dunk. But it's the Pro 3 behind the back and some nice basic size ups. The Giannis jump shot is interesting to have on a PG, but I still think it's pretty nice. It's still pretty great. Just does a little bit of everything great, which is awesome. Just wish he could dunk. And last but not least in the beats, there is Diamond Luca Doncic. Diamond Luca is better now that he got the jump shot change. If you guys didn't know, Luca did get a boost on his jumper to be changed to like jump shot 29, which is the good jump shot, I guess, on current gen, and has some great dribbling animations. But still, I don't know, there's still something like about this Luca card. It's probably the defense and the fact that jump shot 29 is good, but on next gen it's pretty trash. So it's kind of like a tit for tat thing. Overall good, but just doesn't blow me away in how great he is. Starting off the A tier, we do have Pink Diamond Walt Frazier, a card that I was never really super high on to begin with, but I still think is a very, very solid overall PG. Like, Walt Frazier has some of the best defense you'll find, has amazing playmaking, he can shoot well with a good jumper, and finish amazing as well. The big thing, though, is his defense, like, the defense. Huff Clamps, Intimidator, Pick Dodger, Pickpocket, but as time has gone on, more cards have been getting the, I guess, really solid defensive badges, which is kind of, to me at least, lessened how great this Walt Frazier looks. At least to me. But he also does have the Curry slide, and every time people see the Curry slide, that instantly shoots him up the ranks every single time, and usually makes it so they sometimes overvalue it. But overall, I do think this Walt Frazier is a super solid card. He's going to be great. He's going to be nice for you all the time. But, again, he just doesn't knock my socks off. Next up is Diamond Magic Johnson. And if you want to know why he's ranked up here, his total stat total is insane, and he's the tallest PG in the game. That's about it. It's magic. You know what it gets. And next up, we do have Diamond John Stockton. Now, Diamond John Stockton is one of those guys that, to me, I feel like just never left the A tier because the shooting is great, especially if you get one of the ones that's badged up. The defense is obviously insane. The playmaking is good. The finishing is going to be insane because of that glitch variant of him. John Stockton, to me, is still just up in that A tier. I don't think he's like next level game changing anymore that you really have to pick him up, but he's still one of the best PGs. Next up, we do have Pink Diamond Jamir Nelson, a card that came out, I think, yesterday with the Throwback Southeast Moments, and he's still a great PG, but I just don't recommend you lock in for him. I mean, this Jamir Nelson, his big upside is the fact that you do have a 95 speed, dimer, downhill, floor general, quick first step, unpluckable, deep threes, circus threes, catch and shoot, blinders, hot zone hunter, and sniper, all on Hall of Fame. And you can actually dunk as a 6-foot guy. Has jump shot 49, so he's basically like a J.R. Smith that has the Curry slide and the Steph Curry layup package, which is amazing, but I don't think he's game breaking. But again, as far as 6-foot PGs go, I think he's going to be great. He's going to be a demon, and you've got to love the fact that he has Hall of Fame deep threes. Like, any card with that instantly gets shot up the ratings, and for good reason, man. You can just chuck it from half court. Sometimes behind if you get that sharpshooter takeover. Next up is Diamond Jamal Murray, probably one of my more hyped up cards, probably one of the ones that I overrate a little bit, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. I can understand that I maybe gotta do it a bit. And Jamal Murray is just one of those guys that I love because his jump shot with the Curry slide combo just feels amazing. Once you add the defense on him, he still clamps up. I love the leaner. I just love everything about him, and he finishes at the basket great. There's very few cards that I've used that have given me the level of offensive takeover that this Jamal Murray has when I've been using him. And it's just amazing to feel, amazing to have, amazing to do. I just love this Diamond Jamal Murray overall. Again, I understand that I'm probably overrating him a little bit, and I probably love him as much because he does have that Hall of Fame sniper, but I still love him, and I still think he's definitely A tier. Next up is Galaxy Opal Gary Payton, who to me is kind of just like another Walt Frazier. If I'm keeping it a buck with you guys, I think Gary Payton is kind of just Walt Frazier, just with slightly better defense, but you know what? That's nothing to be mad about. 80 driving dunk is great. You gotta love the jump shot change to John Wall on Gary Payton as well, which is great. The tendencies on defense for GP almost could not get better. Like 100 on-ball steal, 80 contest shot, 80 block shot. That is beautiful. We have an 87 shot 3. We have amazing speeds. We have Hall of Fame catch and shoot, Hall of Fame celebrity finisher, Hall of Fame quick first step, clamps, intimidator, pick dodger, pickpocket. I mean, Payton is amazing. But he's 750 tokens, so you know, maybe you could hold off a little bit until we get some more next level ones, but he's still amazing. Next up is Pink Diamond Derrick Rose, just a guy that has a really good jump shot, can dunk at everybody's head, still plays good defense, and just overall is lightning quick and is amazing. Derrick Rose is one of those guys that you center your offense around getting to the basket and maybe kicking out, and he plays that role perfectly. Last but not least, into the A tier is going to be Pink Diamond Colin Sexton. One of the moments cards that we got on the 21st, which is great. And this Sexton has so many Hall of Fame badges. I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's also great that he is a 6'1" PG with a 6'7" wingspan, which does help out a lot. But the great thing is the 97 in the speeds with Hall of Fame quick first step and downhill. Really helps out. 95 shot 3 with Hall of Fame difficult shots, sniper, deep threes, and circus threes. The 95 ball handle, the 90 driving dunk with giant slayer, celebrity finisher, and fearless, all in Hall of Fame. Jump shot 94. Actually a pretty solid jump shot. Sexton's jumper pretty solid. And if I'm not mistaken, he does have the Curry slide, which is great. Kyrie Irving layup package, amazing dunking. Colin Sexton's a beast. And last but not least, we are into the S tier, where we start off with Galaxy Opal Baron Davis. I mean, he's Damian Lillard with the Curry slide. So, what's not to love? If you haven't gone against somebody Baron Davis off dribble cheesing, you don't know what true pain is like, because oh my god, is it overpowered when somebody gets it going on. I would know. I've abused it and got abused by it. Next up is Pink Diamond Stephen Curry, still strong on the Pink Diamond Curry train. If you've done what I've done, throwing a lot of badges onto the Steph Curry and just really got that jumper down, he still is one of the best PGs in the game because he can shoot from anywhere, is a super threat, can still get in the paint and play great, and still is a really solid defender. Curry, still one of my favorite cards in the game. Next up is Pink Diamond Ben Simmons. I know he doesn't have a shot 3, and that might make a lot of you guys want to go into A tier with him. But if you actually can play this Ben Simmons card correctly and really center your offense around the fact that he can't really shoot, so you want to have 5 shooters around him, and you're okay with even taking middies, this Ben Simmons is one of the best cards in the game. He defensively stops every single person and can legitimately guard all 5 players on the court. He's insanely quick for a 6'10" guy. His finishing is going to be otherworldly. And if you guys watch the gameplay that I did put out, I'll put a link to in the description down below. This Ben Simmons can be money from the mid-range off pick and rolls and things like that. Absolutely killer. So if you just take one step inside from the 3, he's knocked out. So I honestly feel like you can definitely make it work. Things that you probably are going to want to add on him are going to be, you know, handles for days, maybe a tight handles to make it just a little bit quicker to get in the paint, a drop stepper in case you get that mismatch. If you really want to finish it inside, and maybe a rise up, and then your Ben Simmons, otherworldly, man. You don't know how overpowered this Ben Simmons is until you go against somebody ISOing with him, or do it yourself, because if you get it down, oh, it's disgusting. Like, seriously, disgusting. Next up is Galaxy Opal Damian Lillard. Like I said, if you thought the Baron Davis was insane, Lillard is the exact same way. Lillard just amazing. You gotta love a guy with Hall of Fame range, sniper, and hot zone hunter. Has amazing defense, has Hall of Fame quick first step, floor general, posterizer. The Damian Lillard jump shot is beautiful. Pro 3 for the size ups are pretty good. The long athlete layup package is amazing. The normal leaner is beautiful. The tendencies are okay on Lillard. He's just amazing. All of the opals, basically, besides, you know, Bill Walton, are pretty good. So Lillard, I think, falls into that category as well. And last but not least, we do have Pink Diamond Oscar Robertson, a card that I think I hold in a little bit higher esteem than everybody else. But if you think about it, remember back to the Ruby Aaron Gordon days at the beginning of the year, it was one of the most smooth jump shots to have Oscar Robertson. And I still feel that way. 14 Hall of Fame badges, I mean, what is not to love? He has Hall of Fame rebound chaser too, which is cool. But quick first step, dimer, floor general, catch and shoot, celebrity finisher, acrobat, has gold deep threes, gold clamps, gold difficult shots, everything else that we want. 93s in the speed, great playmaking, an 85 dropping dunk. We have amazing defense, a 90 shot 3. We have great tendencies. We have obviously the Oscar Robertson jump shot. We have the athletic 3-leaner, which is good but not amazing. The long athlete layup package, the best in the game. Pro 3 behind the back, best in the game. And the Curry slide with some of the best dunking animations in the game. Oscar Robertson has everything that you'd want. He's still 6'5", so he still fits the height meta if you're going that way. He can guard up guys like Ben Simmons. I think he's amazing. Absolutely love him. Although I would add a sniper, I would add a posterizer, I'd add a handles for days, and then boom, your Oscar Robertson is next level. So that is the end of the tier list that we got here. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Truly do. Stay safe, and remember, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest players we've ever seen. RIP to one of the GOATs. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see y'all in the next video.